Sai Ram. My name is Nithin Mehta, and I'm from Region 3. I live presently in Jacksonville, Florida, and I'd like to share my experience with you. So my experience starts when I was 45 years old, when I was single. I was staying in Charleston, South Carolina, where I was doing some postdoctoral research there. My postdoctoral research ended and in Charleston, South Carolina, and I found a new position in Tampa, Florida. So what that meant was I had to pack up my belongings, my household contents, and move to Florida. So I rented a 10-foot U-Haul truck, loaded all my contents into the truck, and it was a 12-hour drive to Tampa, Florida. So I started very early in the morning because I had a 12-hour drive ahead of me. So I stopped along the way multiple times, and when I was about 3 hours reaching my final destination in Tampa, unfortunately, I fell asleep while driving the truck. Obviously, there was a lot of construction going on the streets. There was very heavy traffic, and unfortunately, I fell asleep. And as anybody would tell you, when you fall asleep while driving, you have absolutely no control over what you're doing. So I lost total control. My truck bypassed the driving lane, went into oncoming traffic, missed the oncoming traffic, and the truck proceeded to go down a ravine, a very steep ravine. And the truck almost began to flip over. So my truck was actually driving on two wheels. I was about to overturn. That's when everything flew from the front seat that I was, because I was about to overturn. Everything flipped open. I had a briefcase sitting, my personal briefcase, on the front of my seat, and I was wearing shorts because I had a long drive to be comfortable. And out of my briefcase, out of the briefcase flew an insignificant pendant that fell on my lap. That pendant was ice cold, and that is what actually woke me up, saying, what is this ice cold? And all of a sudden I woke up and I realized my situation. I was about to flip over. My truck was on two wheels going down a ravine, and I was completely disoriented. I didn't know what was happening. I had no control. So all of a sudden, something took hold of the steering wheel, and automatically the steering wheel started to turn. And that turn of the steering wheel flipped the truck back onto four wheels. The truck drove and flew right back into the main traffic. I missed all the traffic and went back into the lane that I was going in originally, missed traffic there, and the truck drove onto the hard shoulder. That's when I regained control of my driving wheel, and I stopped the truck. I was completely surprised and shocked of what had happened. Obviously I was scared because I didn't know whether I hit any traffic or what. I missed everything. I was safe. So while still confused, I moved on to the next exit, made sure nothing was damaged, everything was fine, I was safe, the truck was safe. So I looked at what fell on my lap and I saw that it was a pendant. So my question was, what was that pendant? So I looked at that pendant that was ice cold, and the pendant had Sai Baba's photo on it, Imbor's photo on it. Now here is the confusion. Our family didn't know Sai Baba. We were not followers of Sai Baba. So what was that pendant doing in my briefcase? And especially my briefcase, when we are not followers of Sai, who put that pendant in my briefcase? That was a troubling question that I tried to find an answer to. Well, the answer to that question, we still don't know where that pendant came from till this day. But what is the connection? Why would somebody help me save my life? Well, the connection actually comes in when I was actually 8 years old and my family were living in Uganda, East Africa. I was 8 years old, and that's when Sai Baba visited Uganda. Kampala. Yeah, Kampala. And I was 8 years old. I was just a little mischievous kid at that time. I didn't know who this person was. So when he visited Kampala, obviously, he was a religious man. So everybody were paying respect to him, and everybody was trying to see him and everything. And the kids were running around, and I was one of the mischievous kid, 8 years old. Didn't know who he was or what he was doing there, who that person was. So I quickly ran with other kids to him, but the only difference was the other kids ran to him. I instinctively just ran to him and grabbed his legs. I didn't fall at his feet. I actually ran because I was small. I went to his legs and I just grabbed his leg, stopped him from walking. And then obviously I let go so that he could continue. So that is the connection. I was 8 years old when I grabbed his leg in Kampala. Here I am 45 years ago and he saves my life. That is my story. But I still don't know where that pendant comes from in my briefcase. What was it doing there? But it saved my life. So I have that little pendant still in my puja. And I'm still trying to explore Sai and try to understand Sai, who he was, what he was, and why did he save my life is the question I'm trying to answer.